All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're going to talk about a single oil tanker. It sounds simple, right? But this one ship, as it left port, started sending some major shockwaves through the world of global trade and energy politics. We're going to break down exactly why this one journey matters so much. You know, it's pretty amazing how a single vessel out on the ocean can actually reveal this whole hidden web of international politics and economics. This isn't just a story about cargo and shipping routes. Nope, it's about strategy, it's about financial pressure, and it's really about geopolitical power. Okay, so first things first, let's look at the shipment itself and figure out why this particular one stood out from the literally thousands of others that set sail every single day. So, on the surface, a tanker leaving India, that sounds like business as usual. But this specific shipment, back in early August 2025, was totally different. You can think of it as a signal, maybe a test, and for sure, a potential sign of what's to come. So, who is the company right at the heart of this whole thing? The company's name is Naira Energy. And while yes, it's an Indian refiner, there's one tiny detail that changes everything. Its backing. Naira is supported by Russian interests, and that connection, well, that puts it right in the middle of some serious geopolitical crosshairs. You've basically got three key players in this drama. First, there's Naira Energy, the company feeling the heat. Then you have the European Union, the powerful group applying that pressure with sanctions. And third, you've got Oman, the destination of the shipment. And that's a huge clue, because it signals a whole new direction for Naira's business, with new partners way outside the EU's influence. So at the very core of this whole conflict is this huge financial and political barrier. You can think of it as a sanctions wall built by the EU. And check out how fast this all happened. The timeline is incredibly tight. On July 18th, the EU officially slapped sanctions on Naira Energy. Then, just 17 days later, not even 3 weeks, on August 4th, Naira makes its move. Not with a statement, but with a fully loaded tanker heading out to sea. Okay, now for the action itself. That very first cargo to sail. 43,000. That's the sheer scale we're talking about here. 43,000 metric tons of gasoline. This was no small test run. This was a massive, commercially significant shipment. And the shipping data, it gives us all the juicy details. The vessel was named the Tempest Dream, which is a pretty fitting name for a journey like this, don't you think? The cargo, as we said, was about 43,000 metric tons of gasoline, and its destination was the port of Sohar in Oman. So why? Why does this one ship, this one cargo, matter so much in the grand scheme of things? Well, it's not just us saying it. The folks who watch these markets for a living, they knew right away. The Economic Times called it, and I quote, a significant event for the sanctioned company. So yeah, this clearly wasn't just another Tuesday at the port. And here's the real kicker. It all boils down to this. It was the first. This was the very first time Naira sent out a gasoline shipment after those EU sanctions hit. It was a direct, physical answer to all that economic pressure, a clear sign that the company is already finding new customers and new ways to do business. And that leaves us with this massive question to think about. Was the journey of the Tempest Dream just a one-off act of defiance? A way to test the waters, both literally and figuratively? Or are we actually watching something bigger unfold? The first lines being drawn on a brand new map of global energy trade, one that's being reshaped by sanctions and new alliances. What this one ship did could create ripples for years to come.